This is Computer Science Discoveries, and we are in Unit 2, Lesson 6, starting to talk about lists. So, lists take a little more structure in HTML, so I'm going to introduce you to 3 new tags, and then we'll write down an example and then have you dive in online and start working with it yourself. So, there are 2 different kinds of lists you can make. One of them is unordered, and that's where you just have dots. Sometimes we call them bullet points. Or you can order it, meaning you have them numbered. And so there's definite advantages one way or the other. But really, as you're starting to create your own website, it's kind of up to you which type of list you want to make. So grab your journal for a second, and I want to kind of write down and show you, have you write down in your notebooks what it would look like. So you saw here, this happened to have been Taco Tuesday not long ago, and I was thinking, what perfect thing to think of. So up in your journal, in your tags page, where we've had things like your paragraph tag, all the different heading sizes. We talked about the body tags and how your code is going to go all between that. So now we're going to talk about the list ones. All right. So here we go. Unordered list. This one kind of makes sense because it's lowercase ul. That's the opening tag, and newsflash, the closing one has a /. And again, think of these as an on and an off switch. Okay. Everything you put in between there with another little bit I'll show you in a second, that'll be an unordered list. Okay. Then the ordered list, the one with numbers. Oh, newsflash, that one is OL, closing tag, /OL. This is ordered or numbered list. Then the last part is that we need to use this list LI tag in order to actually take each item that you want to have either the bullet point or the number, and you need to surround each one of those items in order to have that bullet point or number turn on. So these tags will go around the items in your list. These 2 you only put once at the very top at the beginning to say, hey, I'm going to start a list. I want it to be, say, unordered. And then once at the very end, you'd put the closing unordered list. And then in between, you might have a ton of these depending on how many items are in your list. Now you're looking at me probably like, huh? All right, let's go back to a Taco Tuesday. All right, let's say instead of tortillas, let's just make this short. Let's say you have meat. We're making our grocery list. I need some cheese and let's just say salsa, okay? I want this list, so write these 3 things down here, but then on the right, this is what I eventually want it to look like. A bullet point or a dot meat, dot cheese, dot salsa. To make this appear in HTML, you're going to say, all right, I have dots. That's an unordered list. So before my list, I'm going to turn on with an opening tag, UL. And after I'm done with my list, I would format it this way with a closing UL tag. And then if you just do this and you're kind of like, oh, you'll see I need to do a little more by including the list tag in front of every item that you want that point or that bullet point or the dot, and at the end of it, close it. So every single item in your list has to have this format. Now, it might seem a little tedious, but honestly, if you use some copying and pasting and you get the hang of it, then it goes a lot more quickly. So that's how you would structure an unordered list. If, put a little squiggle here, if we wanted this to be an ordered list, the only thing we would have to change from this is make it OL instead of UL. Remember, this is like my on switch. At the top, at the bottom, you'd close it because you're figuring out where the end of your list is. But this time it's going to be numbered. I want 1 to be meat. I want 2 to be the cheese. 3 to be the salsa. So you put LI in front of all of these again as you're opening list item. Put your items in between the meat. You've got the cheese. We've got salsa. And then at the end of each item, put the closing list tag. Closing list tag. Closing list tag. Now, the beauty of this is that if I insert another item, so let's say, oh, rats, I want to put sour cream in there. And I want to put it, let's say I wanted to put it right here because as I'm going through the grocery store, that's kind of the order that things occur. Then if you just in your code did LI and you put sour cream in there, and then put that closing tag and squish that in, what would happen is it would automatically renumber things. It would make 3 now appear in between these as sour cream, and it would automatically renumber your salsa to be 4. And gosh, that's so nice because you don't have to ever type the numbers. You just put in the standard code and it does it for you. Ha! Sweet. All right, now let's jump over and let's take a look at code.org. In lesson number 6 is where we are going to start encountering lists. You'll see it right here, lesson 6, and we're in unit 2. So as you click on this first lesson overview, I'm going to make sure I see this the way you would see it. Again, every time it's a diamond shape, it is going to give you instructions, perhaps a video to read, or something else for you to read through. So this goes through and gives us our 3 codes. Again, these are hyperlinked if you wanted to go out and just get the actual instruction. Oh, it gives you this W3 Schools tag or link if you want to go out there and go hog wild with learning about HTML. So when you get to this second bubble, again, I'm going to stress that what you need to do is look at what the instructions are. It's really tempting to just go ahead and collapse those instructions, but remember all of the value that's up here. You have all of these drop downs to give you all the information that you need, just in case your notes aren't handy. And then notice there's a scroll bar I see here. Make sure that when you read through the do this, that you fully are seeing everything you need to see so you can follow those directions. Again, the inspector tool is your friend. You can kind of see how things are structured here as you go through each part. And then it says fix the code so the second item in each list displays correctly. So as you take a look at what's going on here, take a look at this first list. It's unordered. So as I'm hovering over all of this, I can kind of see this structure. But the second item, 1 cup of sugar, you got to fix that because it should have a bullet point in front of it. As you scroll down further, there's a second list here in the directions, and this second item should be the 13 by 9 pan, and it doesn't have a number 2 there. Notice none of these numbers were typed in. It all shows up because of the code. Fix this line, coat the 13 by 9 by 2-inch pan with shortening. Fix that so it gets numbered. That's what level number 2 is about. As you continue on into 3, here, and make sure you can see everything here. It said this page should have an unordered list, but it's missing. Okay, it's missing all the instructions. So you see it's all run together and they want it to look like this. Go to town now, use your notes if you need to, and they're giving you a little hint about the tags you should use to make that appear properly. In 4, notice what they want you to do is they want this to be a numbered list. Right now, it's all just run on and a whole bunch of just a blob or a paragraph of these sentences, and they want it to be an order list. So take care of fixing that one. As you progress through, when you get to level 5, you have to do some matching here and take a look real specifically at the code that's there and what shows up here and match all those up. And then finally, in level 6, and again, make sure you can see what it says under the do this. This page should contain both ordered and unordered list. You will not have numbers. So in the steps here where it says 1, 2, 3, 4, you're not typing the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. You're using the tags that you just learned about to make this look like this. Refer to your notes, work with a partner, and as always, may the force be with you.